Hi everyone, Bianca here, wellness business coach, professional chef, certified holistic nutritionist, wellness business coach, and founder of the Vitality Kitchen. And today I want to talk about how you plan and structure cooking classes and cooking demos. So I do cooking classes, cooking demos privately. So I'm doing a private class on the weekend, and I thought this would be a really good topic. I also do them in the Vitality Kitchen, and I think it's really important in order for you to have a good experience and want to do it more, in order for your clients to have a good experience, that you plan and structure the day and the demo and the class with efficiency so that people get the most out of it. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to plan your menu for flow. So when I first started doing cooking classes, I would just come up with the menu that I wanted to make, and then it would get to the day and I realized, oh my God, I don't have enough cooktops, or oh my God, I don't have enough blenders. Do I cook GF? Yep, we definitely cook GF. We're doing a gluten-free class in the Vitality Kitchen in October, and we've done a lot of gluten-free cooking classes. Great question. So menu planning is so important because you want to make sure that you have enough stuff in order to be able to accommodate everyone, and you just want to make sure that you aren't getting traffic jams. That was one of my biggest issues when I first started out, because I didn't have the Vitality Kitchen when I first started doing cooking classes, so I would do them in people's homes. And so that brings me to my next point. Do a site visit. If you are not in your own space and you aren't able to plan the workflow just by being in the space, so I can plan my Vitality Kitchen workflow because I'm in here. But if you are going to someone else's kitchen, someone else's house, someone else's space, visit that site first, and then build your menu, because you won't be able to build an effective menu with good workflow until you see the space that you're going to be working in. And also, if you're doing demos, you want to make sure that you you don't make all of your hot stuff first and then leave the cold stuff for later, because then the hot stuff is going to get cold. So a lot of times what I do is I jump from recipe to recipe. It's not as confusing as it sounds, but what I do is I'll maybe make the dressing for two things, put them aside, and then start maybe something hot, and then just go like that. Also, what you can do is you can break it up. So you can do one hot item, one cold item, serve it, and then do one hot item, one cold item, serve it. And then that way, that also gives you a little bit of time in between every section to do some dishes, to clean up, to get your act together, because you don't want to be demoing in like a mess. If your workstation looks a mess, you're going to be cluttered. The class is going to not be focused. You don't want that. So your menu has to flow, but your session has to flow too. And also, when you let people stop and eat, then they don't feel like they need to eat so much. And also, depending on the time of your class, you want to make sure that there is enough food for that time. So if you're doing an afternoon demo, a tasting is fine. But if you're doing a class at 6:30, 6, 5:30, that is dinner time, so that class needs to fill those people up like it is dinner. And it also adds value. I personally only really do tastings that are filling for people, but because of the food that I make that is high in beans, legumes, and all of those really filling, healthy foods, people just end up being full anyway. And another thing, the last thing I want to talk about, is a packing list. If you don't have a packing list, you are going to forget stuff, and that is just fact, plain fact. One of my very first cooking demos, and it was out, not in the Vitality Kitchen. I didn't have the Vitality Kitchen yet, and I was doing a juicing demo, and I forgot one of the main components of the juicer, because I was just nervous, I was packing up, and like the energy, all of that. And luckily I was able to come back and get it, but that could have been a really big mishap. It would have made me look highly unprofessional, and you don't want to look unprofessional. You want to look like you're prepared, like you do this all the time. And also, when you do a packing list and you just pack everything that's on that list, you check it off, then you can be comfortable and knowing that you have everything because it was on the list. Don't count on your brain to remember. It's good to train your brain, but in this case, you want to make sure that you have a backup, and your backup is the list. So I'll show you what my list looks like the weekend. I'm doing a private cooking class for 11, and so I have the menu. Is it focusing? So I have all the menu made up here, and then I also have, I'm going to be doing, it's a vegetarian class. We're going to do a 15-minute beginning blurb about vegetarian, what we're making, how the class is going to go, the stations. And then and then I also break it down because I know I have 11 people. I want all the people to have something to do. I hate when people feel like they're standing around. It's a bachelorette party, so it's going to be a little bit more lackadaisical than, say, a training program like the Culinary Arts for Nutritionist program. So I know that one person is going to be doing the dressing in this recipe, one person is going to be doing the prep, one person's going to be sauteing. I also have exactly what I need. So I need a food processor, I need a spatula, cutting board, knife, saute pan. And as I go through and pack everything up, I'm just going to check it off. And then I don't have the recipes actually printed out and made, but what I do is I print out all the recipes for every station, and then I write on them if I need to. But I also print out recipes for people. I also print out recipes for people to have at their station. But what I also like to do is, instead of getting printouts of the recipe at the moment and bringing them to the class for people to take home, what I do is I collect emails, list building 101. I collect emails, and then I also take notes throughout the class that people have questions about. So if someone's like, well, where do you find beans and legumes? Or how do you do dried this? How do you do this, that? Anything about a technique or process that we might be doing or that I might have spoken about, then I can add it to the email that I send them all out, and I do an email blast. They all get the recipes, they all get the information that people ask for. It's in one place for them, and then they can print it on their own. Mother Nature appreciates this, and also I think clients appreciate it too, because it means that I'm taking the time afterward to make sure to follow up, that everyone has the recipes as they were, and also has more information, because when I do that 15-minute blurb about vegetarian cooking and all that, I want to make sure that that's in their notes too, because that's a way to add value after the class, a way to have a touch point after the class, a way to say thank you so much for coming to this class and allowing me to lead you in this class. And and then I can also promote some of the things that we have going on. So it's a way to add value, but it's also a way to make sure that you have a second and final touch point where you can say thank you for allowing me to be a part of this class. Hello, Deanna Healthy, welcome to the Scope. So if you guys are like, well, I didn't write any of this information down, what do I do? I have a Periscope page on the vitalitykitchen.ca. The top navigation bar has a Periscope tab. You just click on it and go there, and you can get all the information that I talked about, because I think it's really important that if you want to build your business and you want to start doing cooking classes, cooking demos, which is a fantastic way to build your list and build your credibility and find clients, you have to make sure that the experience goes really well, that you enjoy doing it, you're comfortable doing it, and that the people doing it feel like you are skilled and that you are the expert in this area. Yes, Deanna, everyone should totally do cooking classes and cooking demos. It's a really, really great way to build your business. It's how I built mine. I was doing classes anywhere that would have me. I took my little induction cooktops and I would do them anywhere. So I just want to make sure that you all know how to do this effectively, and so that when you start doing them right out of the gates, you're planned, you're ready, and it's an enjoyable experience for all. So I'm Bianca, wellness business coach, professional chef, certified holistic nutritionist, and founder of the Vitality Kitchen, and this scope has been all about how to structure and plan cooking classes and demos, and you can find all the show notes on my website at thevitalitykitchen.ca/Periscope, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!